We're starting today with news out of the AWS reInvent conference, which we're reading this on a day where the East region is down.
Is it really?
Yeah, US East 1.
Yes.
It's not still down, is it?
Dude,
I don't know.
I got a server in US East. I gotta.
Yeah, I was having.
Check that.
I did have a question about that actually. Before we just dive into this, isn't the whole point of cloud computing the redundancy that East went down, so
Only if
this
you
will fire
set
up,
that
but
up, though.
if you are people putting all their stuff.
Yes.
Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose?
When you log into AWS and you've accessed that console the very first time, if you're here in the United States, it defaults to US East 1. And so
That's
if you
not
just start,
true.
What?
I logged in the other day and it defaulted me to US West, and I'm like, why is this running so slow?
Maybe because East 1 was down.
Maybe because it was. Yeah.
there's no US East.
No, because I had to go back and I was like, oh, it's set to Oregon. It needs to be in Virginia,
Okay.
so I
All
set
right.
it to Virginia, and I was US East, a great instances.
Well,
and-
let me backtrack then. For a long time, it was that it defaulted to US East 1. Point is, it defaults to something, right?
Yeah.
And so if you don't change that, all of your resources get created in one region. And there might be more than one zone in that region, but everything's going in one region. And so, like you said first, Daniel, you got to build it, right? If you build a multi-region deployment, these types of outages don't affect you. You're perfectly fine. It's not realistic to expect one region to stay online 100% of the time. So you're supposed to build the availability in yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. And people don't.
No, they do not.
Because it's hard.
There is that, and it can cost you money, right?
Yep.
So depending on if you set it up incorrectly, you can all of a sudden be like, whoa, this scaled up big time, and I don't have the funds.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk more about AWS outage when we know what happened, which we probably will by next week. But maybe it's because they were all busy doing this other stuff. So our first article is from their own blog. It says, use new Amazon EC2 M1 Mac instances to build and test apps for iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch, and Apple TV. So basically they've got like bare metal M1s that you can log on to and play with?
Yes, and we shouldn't say bare metal, though, because in this case, they are virtualized running on top of actual Macs, though.
I did see the AMIs when, like, yesterday I was creating an instance. I was like,
Yeah?
oh, yeah, look at that. There's those Mac ones.
You know, last year they announced the ARM AMIs,
Yeah.
so you can do ARM VMs if you want. And they introduced Mac ones last year, but they were still Intel-based Mac. And it has to run on Mac hardware regardless because of Apple's software licensing policy. So that's what's always made this kind of challenging. Well, the M1s, they just came out last year, and AWS has been pretty fast to respond. So we now have M1 instances. If you are an app developer trying to compile things in Xcode, you have to do that on a Mac in order to submit to an app store. Here's a chance for you to do it without actually paying the Mac premium.
It's kind of nice. AWS, bringing it home.
Pretty cool stuff.
Trying to give you options.
I like it. And the other big news that came out of there, by the way, bare metal, I just said that not because that's what I thought, but I just wanted to show that I knew that word.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
But you didn't know the word. You just knew that
I knew
that
of
is
the
a
word.
term.
Right, exactly.
Not what the meaning of the
Yeah,
term
does
is.
that
Gotcha.
data lake happen in the
Can you swim
bucket?
in that data lake?
In the S1 bucket
Is that how that
or
goes?
something?
The
Yeah.
S1 bucket.
Is that a thing? Those are things.
S3.
Damn it. All right. Well, close enough. That's the new. Well, they announced S1.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the new.
How about that? Oh, they just took it down. You can't look it
down,
up.
yeah.
Damn it.
That's what took down USC. All right. The next one is announcing preview of AWS private 5G, which, what is that?
Now, this sounded interesting,
Yeah.
Don, because when I heard this, I was like, hold on. Can I spin up my own cellular network and then not have to, like, share it with everybody?
There's a lot of infrastructure that goes into building a 5G network. I've seen the commercials.
Yeah.
So the short answer to Daniel's question is basically yes. So Amazon has invested in a 5G network across the United States. Now, when I say they've invested in it, they haven't put up their own antennas yet, although they're talking about it. Yeah. They have been licensing bandwidth and space from the various carriers that are out there. They're also working on that crazy balloon internet and things they're all tapped into the 5G technology. So for most of us, the idea of creating a network like that is way outside of our reach. But Amazon has found a way to subdivide up their network to where you can actually basically allocate it like an AWS service. You can go and create your own private 5G cellular network and use that for data transfers and connectivity and stuff anywhere that they've got an antenna that they have under contract. So kind of neat that you can spin that up. Now, I kind of looked at this from two angles. Like you said, Daniel, one, it's really cool technology.
Yeah.
Like, I could have my own. If I create an IoT device that I don't want it to have internet access, but I need it to communicate back to a central place. Like maybe I want to have an atomic time clock or something, right? I don't want that to have internet access, but I do want it to phone home to get accurate time. I could create my own 5G network on top of AWS with a couple of clicks of a mouse, and now I can deploy those IoT devices and connect up, and not have to like get SIM cards for everyone. You're issuing your own SIM cards at that point.
Yeah.
But the second thing I thought was all the 5G conspiracy theories. Like, how much easier will it be for us to mind control people? And
my test bed of rats has been so much easier since I got my 5G tower from AWS.
Yeah.
I will say they listen so much better, and I don't lose connectivity on the fringe of my network as they destroy people's homes and steal their children.
And now that your tests are done, you can allocate coverage all across the United States with a click of a button and push that out.
Now, let's play devil's advocate here, right? This is obviously really cool. I've decided, I want to have control over my own mobile network. So when I looked into this, they were like, hey, okay, step one, you sign up for this thing, you pick your network coverage or whatever you need, and then they start sending you like towers, like mini towers and antennas. Oh yeah, there's antennas, like physical hardware that has to be deployed, and then you start like allocating this thing and building this network. That said, why wouldn't I just get SIM cards and use something like VPN if I needed to do those things on already built infrastructure? Is it cheaper, or what's the advantage?
So it is a bit cheaper. You control the
like everything
area, the region. Like you pick where this is being deployed and where it's available. So you've got some control there. You don't have to deal with the FCC at all.
Oh,
because Amazon's already done that. You're using something Amazon already has allocated, so that's a big benefit. And if you've ever looked at like what Verizon or AT&T charges for this kind of stuff,
it's big money.
It is through the roof, and you've got long contracts. AWS has always been about, you
when you
pay
need
for
us,
what
we're
you use.
here. Yeah.
So there's a lot of advantages to it.
I like it.
I'm in.
He's buying right now.
I know.
Is there Prime delivery on
And
that
I'm paying
antenna?
later.
If you enjoyed that segment, be sure to check out our entire podcast available in the playlist right here. And you can always subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech news and other happenings in the IT world. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. I hope to see you there.